We do begin with a developing story out of Belvedere tonight, where police tell us a man in his 20s was shot to death outside a North State Street gas station. 23 News reporter Jorge Rodas was the only local reporter on the scene. He joins us live with the details. George.
Whitney, investigators say the investigation is still in its early stages, but they are questioning witnesses right now. What we can tell you is that a young man in his 20s was shot dead here at the Shell gas station on North State and East Harrison on the city's north side. It all happened before 6:30 tonight. Police say they responded to a call of a shooting shortly after 6:30 p.m. and when they arrived, they found the victim. He was shot. He was then rushed to Swedish American Hospital. We don't know exactly when or where he was pronounced dead. Authorities are not releasing the victim's identity at this time. Investigators say witnesses told them they saw two suspects fleeing the scene on foot, although the department did not give us a description of the two suspects. Belvedere's Deputy Police Chief David Ernest told me this neighborhood is actually pretty safe. It's too early to determine whether or not the shooting was gang-related. Police do expect to be here very late into the night. Reporting live in Belvedere, Jorge Rodas, 23 News. Whitney.
All right, thanks very much, George. And we will.
For some stores, this is the real sound of football. With the biggest game of the season one day away, last-minute shoppers are packing stores like Sullivan's in Winnebago to get ready for Sunday's matchup.
It's definitely, a big weekend. You got New Year's, you got Christmas. Super Bowl's like the last final little holiday after New Year's, so it's like that last final push before, everything starts to slow down.
Today was anything but slow for local grocery stores.
The chips have to be in one spot, the meat's got to be in one spot.
15-year-old Hunter Johnson is also getting ready for the Super Bowl. He says the food spread is just as important as the game.
You have to have the perfect layout. Without the perfect layout, the game's just not the same.
Rolling through the aisles, shoppers are grabbing the game day favorites: chips, pop, meats, and beer. But for some customers, Sunday is a chance to do something besides just eating food and watching football.
This kind of gives you a good excuse to have family and friends over. It's about a celebration, regardless of what even if it's not your teams that are playing, and it's about, again, spending time with family and friends and celebrating something.
No matter what you're celebrating, local stores say they're excited to score the extra business. In Winnebago, Jorge Rodas, 23 News.
Our top story, Rockford's unemployment numbers are going up, but some in the manufacturing sector think our jobless rate would get better if candidates had the right qualifications. 23 News reporter Jorge Rodas shows us how local companies want young people to get more involved.
It's kind of become secondary in a lot of the younger generation's mindset to go into manufacturing.
Some manufacturing companies say seeing young faces on a factory floor is a rarity today. And they fear if they can't get more young people interested, it'll be hard for the industry to keep growing.
Society as a whole, I think, is looking more toward the service industry, so manufacturing has kind of taken a back seat to some of the service industry.
Congressman Adam Kinzinger toured Ecolab in Roscoe this afternoon before being rewarded by the Association of Manufacturers for supporting the industry. Kinzinger says the state line needs to grow local talent to stay afloat. And one way to do it is to expose children to the workplace.
Whether it's getting younger people, maybe they're in high school, an opportunity to come see a manufacturing facility. A lot of them are usually shocked it's not what they expected.
Employers say back-breaking physical labor is a thing of the past, but some people just don't realize it, and they feel that's what's driving a lot of the interest away.
Manufacturing is not what your parents used to do. We've had local schools in, and the teachers and the students themselves are eye-opened by what the factory looks like, how clean it is, the type of work we do.
Some employees say these jobs are just too good to let go to waste.
Jobs are hard to come by anymore, so security is a good thing.
Congressman Kinzinger says Illinois is losing jobs to surrounding states, and for many reasons, high taxes being one of them. But he said if he owned a manufacturing company, he'd consider moving to Rockford because of our city's rich manufacturing tradition.
So what is Rockford trying to do to get kids interested in manufacturing?
Well, Mike, the city's hosting a robotics challenge this summer. It's the first time they're doing it. Students from all over the Midwest, from high schools from all over the region, will be coming to the city to compete, and local manufacturing companies think that is going to do a lot to promote their industry.
Well, we have a lot of strong robotics programs in high schools around here, so that should work out well. Thanks, George.
It's an exhibit that's drawn in thousands of people from all over the world, something that could only be seen in Rockford, and tonight Rick's Picks finally comes to an end. 23 News reporter Jorge Rodas shows us why some people say they couldn't miss out on the unique collection of music history.
They're signing autographs tonight, but it's handling a guitar pick Rick Nielsen's hands are famous for. And tonight, the Cheap Trick guitarist's axes were on display for one final night at the Burpee Museum of Natural History.
It's been amazing to watch people just round the corner into the exhibit and go, wow. It has a great wow factor.
It's a guitar lover's dream. 6 stringers in all shapes and sizes, all with their own unique story. George Ebroa and his son Joey came all the way from Chicago to see the final showing.
It's awesome. I mean, they're all historic. I mean, he's got guitars that, John Lennon gave him.
Stepping in here, it's like being a guitar player. I can't even tell you in words. I'm just freaking out looking at all these guitars.
As the exhibit comes to an end, some stop to appreciate the passion it takes to collect all this rock history.
It's totally unbelievable that anybody would ever have the perception over all the last years to save this stuff.
I didn't do it all in one day. I did it over 40 years, so a little piece here, a little piece there, a little piece there, and then before you know it, you got 10 jillion pieces.
Eddie Bach brought in his guitar for Rick to sign. To him, it's more than just an instrument.
When you're expressing yourself in a lead or whatever, and it just feels really good inside. It's almost a spiritual thing, it's vibration, it's great, it just feels good.
And fans hope to keep that good feeling going. They hope the exhibit continues beyond the Forest City. In Rockford, Jorge Rodas, 23 News.
About 200 people showed up last night for Rick's Picks Encore weekend. Leaders of the Burpee say it will be a few more days before they know exactly how many people toured the exhibit over the last 8 months. We know it's been very popular and it'll certainly be missed.